Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog. This one I think will be a reading vlog as I make my way through my August TBR. I'm hoping to kind of like film this over just a little period of time and get through a bunch of books, but we will see. Life is busy as always. But currently I am reading The Giver of Stars, which is my book club's book. It is currently Tuesday night. Book club is on Friday morning, and tomorrow night and Thursday night I have things on, and I'm about halfway through this book. So we'll see if I get it done. No, I think I will get it done. It's been a pretty quick read. I've actually been listening to it as an audiobook when I've been driving, and like last night I was doing knitting in bed and just listening to it just so I could like kind of get through more because I wanted to keep reading. I wanted to keep knitting, and so I listened to it, but I think tonight I'm just going to try and read a bunch of the physical form. I'm enjoying it. It's about a woman named Alice. Well, it's about a few different people. It follows a few different perspectives and points of view, but Alice like feels like the main character, and she is English and she gets married to an American man, and they move to Kentucky and they live with his father, and his father is a very controlling man and dictates a lot of their lives, and their marriage just doesn't end up being what Alice thought it was going to be. She thought that like she would get married and move to America and just kind of like live this free life. Oh, it's set in 1930s. That's kind of crucial to know. And it's like back in the time when like women were very much like kind of property of their husbands and like expected to fulfill different gender roles and all that kind of stuff. And so she just is like, oh, I'm in this marriage, but it is not what I thought, and this life is not what I thought. And anyway, they start to form these like traveling libraries where women ride on horseback to deliver library books to different families and stuff that just live in the mountains and like don't necessarily live in the town, but they're still in that like kind of government area. And so Alice becomes one of these women that ride to people's houses and give them books and stuff. And so it kind of follows just these women in the library and the town that they live in and the racism that exists, and yeah, just very much like that idea of what marriage and family should look like, but what it can sometimes... Oh, hello? Well, oh, sorry, don't know how long that was out of focus, but that was weird. Okay, anyway, we're back. Yes, anyway, that kind of time in history, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's not like a super riveting book, like full of lots of drama and action and stuff. It's like quite a quiet book, I would say, and I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm about to get up to the plot picking up, which is exciting. And one of the girls in book club said that she cried at 80%. So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm actually just like really curious as to what it could be that made her cry, because currently like knowing that she cried, I'm like trying to figure it out based on where the plot is, but I also don't want to figure it out. Anyway, I am going to read and then go to bed. Hopefully I will get this done by book club, but we'll see. So I am home from work. I am just about to make myself a hot chocolate so that I can just go and like read in my room. I read a tiny little bit this morning before work, and I've got like about a third to go now, which is great because it is 2 nights until book club, and yeah, so I need to just like keep reading. The audiobook that I was listening to was just like this random one I found on YouTube, and it actually didn't have the whole book, which I didn't realize when I started, but I kind of should have known because the video was only 7 hours and books tend to be a lot more hours than that. Wait, is that any better? It's a little bit more light. Audiobooks tend to be quite long because it's just someone reading them, and yes, you can speed them up, but anyway, it didn't have the whole book, and so now I actually can't read anymore on, like, I can't do any more of the book on audiobook, so I have to read it all in physical. I'm running out of battery. And so I'm about to just go into my room, read a whole bunch. I've got my hot chocolate, slice and biscuit, very sweet, but hopefully we can read through a decent chunk of it. I feel like I'm starting to get to like the plot having picked up. There's like some big things that are starting to happen in the town and things that will impact the main characters, and so I feel like I'm getting into a bit more of like the action of it all, which is good. I am enjoying this book. I have no idea what I'm gonna rate it because I'm like, it's an interesting time in society. It's very nice. I'm liking the kind of dynamics between the main characters and stuff, but like none of it's super exciting. I don't know. I think I'll have to read it once I've finished it. I'm very intrigued to see what the other girls think of it, but yeah, I think I just like have to make up my mind once the book's finished. Normally I'm kind of like, oh, I think it'll probably be this, and then maybe something at the end happens to change it occasionally, but for the most part I kind of know what I'll rate something, but with this one I just have no idea. But anyway, I need to go read because my camera is about to die, so I'll change the battery and see how much we get through. I've got like about an hour until I have to leave, and I need to have some food in that time as well, so yeah, I'm a little stressed about whether I'll finish it before Friday, but I just have to hustle. Anyway, okay, this is not hustling. Bye! I'm back. I didn't get through as much of my book as I would have hoped before I had to go out because I was reading and then I got interrupted by my brother and my nieces wanting to FaceTime, which is very cute, very nice, but it did interrupt my reading, and then I had to go out and now I'm home and it is 9:35, so it's a bit late. I would actually know how many pages this book has because I know that the last chunk of it is actually just a like this. That doesn't look like much on camera, but there's a whole bunch of pages at the end that have an extract from another book, and so I want to know how many pages. 435. Okay, I have 130 pages to go and not a whole lot of time to read it in, as I have established, but I'm gonna try and just like read a bunch tonight until I'm like fallen asleep, and hopefully I'll get to having less than 100 pages for tomorrow. I think tomorrow night's just gonna have to be a late one to finish it before book club. But I think I can do it. Like that's not too bad, you know? And with everything kind of starting to speed up, I think it should be okay. So I'm just gonna read and then go to sleep. Okay, so I'm already a little bit late, but I finished the book! Okay, in case you missed that, I said I finished the book at 11:20 p.m. last night. I had a late one because it's also one of the girls' it was her birthday the other day, and so we got a little present for her. And so I had people over last night and they didn't leave until a bit late, and then I still had to wrap the present, and then I still had to go to bed and read the book. So I didn't finish until like 11:20, and then I also was up a bit sick in the night, which was not fun, and so I am very, very tired, but I did it, guys. And I'm not going to tell a rating right now because I'm late and I need to go to book club, and hopefully I'll be able to like film, but it's a little bit of a busy cafe, so I'll do my best, but I'll give you my thoughts later. Cute. Wait, what are you rating it?
4 stars.
Nice.
Some parts were 5 and then 4.
Nice.
I only got 27% through.
DNF.
But like, I'm sure it's sorry.
I think you would have liked it by the end. Yeah. Saray.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh my
I could, can I do a range? And
Yeah.
A 2 to
What?
3.75. No,
Not that big a range.
I'll land on a 3.
You said 3.75.
I know, but
Somewhere between 2 and 4.
that was like peak.
3, okay. I think I'm sitting between not between. I'm sitting deciding between a 3.75 and a 4.
Oh, come on.
No, but because I'm just like, hey, you guys felt like a 3.75.
And then I immediately in my head went, that was just dumb too. Why would you do that?
3.75. Oh, I teared up.
Why am I doing the colouring?
So what are we going to read?
I'd like to put forward Whistler by Andrew Chess.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we are not reading
The names. We'll tell you what that one's about after.
We are not reading Yesteryear.
Oh, one day we'll get there.
Wait, so we are main characters. There it is in the
Faith
flesh.
just really wants me to read this one. Like, seriously.
Totally.
Okay, I get it.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Hey everyone, so it is many hours later. I have just been absolutely knocked out by my period. I was really hoping that wouldn't be the case, especially because I woke up in the middle of the night with really bad pain and was just awake for ages while my body dealt with that pain and went back to sleep. And I feel like normally when that happens to me and I wake up in the middle of the night and have to kind of deal with it and stuff, I tend to be pretty okay the next day, but I have just been so sick. But I went to do that all the time. I went to book club this morning. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We gave our little present to Jordan, whose birthday it was. And wait, did I even tell you about that? I think I did. Anyway, one of the girls' birthday was the other day. We had book club today. We got her a couple books. We got her main characters, which if you remember is the one that I wanted to get Shah at Dimmick's Day, or that I was looking for. It's okay that she didn't choose it, Shah. It's okay that you didn't choose it. But the one I talked about in that video, I also got for her, it's called The Mortons by Scott Westerfield and someone else, a female. I can't remember her name, but Scott Westerfield is the one that wrote the Uglies series, which was a very popular YA dystopian series growing up, which I actually never read, but I just knew that those books were really successful. And they've written a book about this family who go to, I think they're are a wealthy family. They go to college, but what they learn is how to manipulate and control people and kill them. And I don't know, it just sounded a bit weird and twisted but fun, set in kind of an academic rich family situation. So we got that, and then I also got her a game because she's about to go overseas with her family, and so I thought I could get them just a nice little small game that could be packed up nicely into a suitcase. But anyway, I also wanted to show you, so we had book club, stayed in Chatter for a while, and then I went to the shops to I needed to get some groceries, but I just decided to kind of wander around Kmart and Cotton On as well. Also, I've just discovered I've got bread dough in my hand because I'm making a sourdough loaf. Anyway, I'm all over the place. I went to the square, went shopping, and I wanted to show you, I got this top. I tried it on, and I tried on the white one as well, but I think this looks ridiculous here, but it looks cute. It looks cute on me. I just am loving baby doll tees at the moment, and I got this one. I think I probably will end up going and getting the white one as well because I just feel they'll be so versatile. But if anyone's watched The Summer Returned Pretty season 3, does this not look very belly coated from season 3 episode 6? Not to be too specific, but I actually happen to be rewatching it at the moment and I'm up to episode 5, so I know that episode 6 is coming. But anyway, I just love this top. I think it's really cute. I have been seeing it come up on my phone for ages, and I actually went looking for it a couple weeks ago and they just didn't have it in store, but I saw it today and I was like, oh yeah, the top I wanted to get. So I got that. Guys, I seem like I have a lot of energy. I really do not. I feel so sick right now. Anyway, I feel sick. I've just been sitting on the couch all day because I've just been like at the thought of doing anything. I really would have loved to have gone for a walk today. I kind of wanted to go and sit over on the beach, but I got nervous it was going to be really cold and I didn't want to be cold. It's just been a day. But I also wanted to show you my new knitting project, which I've decided to store in my little bag that I made myself. But if you are in the knitting world at all, if you are on Pinterest and your Pinterest feed happens to be anything to do with things that are homemade and craft and like granny hobbies and all that stuff, you'll probably know about the Olga jacket from Petite Knit, which she calls a jacket but is like a cardigan but with buttons. So anyway, I have decided to make it. Oh, I finished my vest. I will show you that in a second as well. I finished my vest. Gosh, guys, what is my life? Anyway, I started knitting the Olga cardigan, jacket, whatever you want to call it. These are the colors that I have chosen to do. So this like pistachio green kind of color, as well as this beige, and they kind of have that like sheen to them, which I actually really like. I think it'll look cute as the cardigan. And for this we are using circular needles, so they like knit here and then they have the cord that goes between them. Which, can anyone share their wisdom with me? These like often untwist and then I get really nervous that they're gonna come off, but I feel like I'm just always like tightening that. So if anyone has any tricks as to how I can avoid that, that would be great. But without further ado, it's not going to look impressive when I first hold it up, but bear with me, it is. So this is the start of it. It has curled over so much, which is very typical with this kind of stitching, but I've done like quite a few stripes, you just can't tell. And this is for the back, so it will like sit across the back there, and then I will keep knitting down and then start the right shoulder, sorry, the front shoulder and the back shoulder and all that. I don't fully know, I'm learning, but it's actually been like pretty simple so far. I know I've been at the easy stages of it and it will get harder, but it's been really nice. And like the switching between colors I thought would be a lot harder. I did accidentally do the stripes a little bit thicker than they were meant to be, but I kind of don't mind it. Like, it's hard to tell again, but I think that'll look cute, right? Anyway, I actually happened to buy enough yarn to do 2 cardigans, and the other one will be a bit of like a caramelly beige and then light cream color striped, and I think with those I will make sure to do the proper stripe that the pattern tells you to do. But I don't mind it, and it's not going to affect the making of it. It's literally just the thickness of the stripes. But anyway, I'm very excited to be knitting the Olga knit. So let's go and I will show you my finished vest. So come on. Okay, here is the okay, again, not completely done because I need to block it and I just fear that's something I'll always put off. But isn't it so cute? Look at the little ties on both sides. Oh, I'm really in love with it. It's really cute. I'll show you pictures of what it looks like on me. And so basically what blocking will do is like all this edging that looks different to, oh, you can't even see it, it rolls in that much. But all this edging will stay out once I have blocked it. So see how they just like curl in so much? So there'll be quite a lot of extra length to it on the sides, and like the bottom curls in a lot, as you can see on the sides. So basically just like all of this will just be like fully stretched out and will fit. And I'm hoping I can make it a little bit looser than how it originally fit me, because I wanted it to be loose to just kind of sit on the front and the back and not hug me too closely. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. Gosh, okay, I really feel like I'm coming out the other side of this, which feels great, I'm not gonna lie. I feel very erratic currently. Okay, time to just knit, I think. Also, I should have mentioned, and why I was talking about the presents that we got Jordan, is that Main Characters, the book that I was like hoping to find for Shah in the Dimmicks Day vlog, is our next book club pick. After all that's the next book we're reading, which I'm excited for. I was actually really excited for pretty much all the ones that we wrote down, so I'm sure that they'll just get repeated next time until we make our way through them. But I'm really excited to read it. It's Main Characters by Bobby Palmer, and I will be making my way to that eventually. I obviously finished Giver of Stars for book clubs. I'm on to my next book, which I've decided will be, bear with me, which I have decided will be Not If I Save You First, which I've read like 2 seconds of it before, because I just figured this will be a really quick read. Like look at the spacing and the size of that text. I think I will fly through this. And I did just lose my bookmark, so that's not fun. But yes, that's just like a big life update for you. Not even. There's just some updates for you of my current projects and things that I'm doing, and now I'm just gonna do it. Okay? Okay.
It's gonna be just like a football.
Okay, so if you know, you know, it's a huge deal that I'm drinking a hot chocolate in this mug right now.
It really was.
Yeah, I gotta go, Dad.
Okay, confession. I haven't knit anything and I think I'm gonna start it again. I just think it's gonna look better with thinner stripes. I think it's gonna bug me forever if I don't change it. And so I'm gonna undo a week's worth of knitting, which is okay. It's all just for the fun of it.
It's like 10 minutes.
I think it's gonna look so nice.
Yeah.
Especially for the cloud texture vibe.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Wow.
And look how cute that little picture is.
Cute. Hey guys, so I have a knitting update for you. I can't remember what I showed you last night, but I did decide to start my project again. And you'll all be happy to know I'm very stoked that I did that. I've done about that much, which is actually a very decent amount, and those stripes may not look very different to you right there, but they are actually completely different. Like look at that, that's a lot better than what I was showing you yesterday, right? It is. But we went today, we had Bible study this morning, and then we went to the yarn shop and with Shah, and then we also went to a Lifeline and I found some buttons for this cardigan, which I was very excited about. And I also bought a top that I'm going to flip, and I will show you. It's very cute. Okay, so I've got my buttons. They're very simple buttons. They're just like tiny little like iridescent button, and I got a bunch of those for the cardigan. And then I got this as a top that I will flip, probably like cut along there, make it into a cute little blouse. And then these buttons are also just simple little white iridescent ones, and I figure I can then just use those on the other cardigan I make, because I guess I might keep them for the top, but if there are any down the bottom, oh yeah, these are spare ones, so like I could use those for a top. But anyway, there's a big part of me that wants to just like randomly do this tonight. I'm feeling a little bit inspired, but I have something for a friend that I need to design, and I told her last night that I could do it today, so I think I need to do that instead. But I have just been sitting on the couch since getting home, watching a bit more of the Summer I Turn Pretty and doing knitting. But it's now like, yeah, 3:15, and I think I might go for a walk just because the sunshine looks really nice, and I kind of want to attempt to go on a reading walk again. I don't know if you remember, but I did it maybe a year ago. Well, it was a while back, but I was reading a book on my Kindle, and I found that actually like a lot easier than I expected. And now I'm reading a physical book, so I'm like, will it work? I think if it doesn't work, I won't mind just carrying a book around, and I could even just like stop and read it for a bit if I wanted. But I think I just want to get out in the sunshine. Yeah, move my body a little bit. Might see if Abby wants to come, but she is going out in a couple of hours, so I don't know if she'll say yes. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I have the night to myself, although I did text a friend to see if she's free, and I'm waiting on a reply. But if she's not free, I think I might just chill tonight and just relax and do this thing that I told my friend that I would do. So anyway, that's where I'm up to. The book that I'm reading, I read a bit last night in bed, and I think I'm already up to like 60 pages or something. It's a very quick read, and there's less than 300 pages, so I think I'll get through it pretty quick. I feel like the plot is like getting into it, so I'm hoping it's just like a nice, quick, easy, fun read. Yeah, I think I need to go move my body, otherwise I'll probably just stay really sleepy the rest of the day. But I'm feeling a lot better today compared to yesterday, which is nice. This is usually the way it goes. As soon as I start to feel a little bit better, I'm I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do all the things that I've been like too exhausted to even think about. So I think I'm going to do that, and we'll see if I'm successful or not. I have no idea if it'll work, but can only try. My walk was successful. I was like, why was I even coming on here to talk to you? My reading walk went great, everyone. It turns out it's kind of just the same as when I was on my Kindle. Like, my periphery vision did enough of a good job that I was fine. And so I'm now about halfway through, which, wild. It's obviously an extremely quick read. And like, some of the pages are just a letter. So like that page, tiny little letter at the start, and then we move back to the story. So it's very quick. It's not the greatest book, and I'm a little sad because I love this author, but stuff happened in her books. I was gonna say, to be fair, not that much happened in each of the Gallagher Girls books, but yet the wider story had a lot to it. But that's a wrong statement. Stuff happens in those books, like lots does. And so I'm kind of like, this being a standalone book, I feel like it's just not her strong suit. And there was a tiny little mention of something from the Gallagher Girls books in this, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. I love those books. But yeah, the main plot currently is that the boy is the president's son. He's like, there's like an attempted kidnapping happening currently, and she is like kind of the only one that can save him, so it seems. And so she's like kind of coming up with this plan and stuff. But like, I don't know, I'm kind of like, is that the whole plot? Because if that's the whole plot, that's a bit boring. So I'm hoping that we're like gonna switch gears soon, and then it'll become about more. But so far it's just an easy read, but not a lot's happened. I'm probably gonna get a lot further through it just when I go to bed tonight, and maybe tomorrow when I talk to you I'll be nearly finished. But anyway, I don't know if you could hear the microwave beeping, but it is beeping at me because my heat pack is in there. Because, not that you guys care, and I hope it's not just TMI, but my period pain is still lingering, which is just not ideal. It's not ideal, but anyway, I'm gonna eat, watch my movie, and knit a whole bunch, and hope I genuinely think I'm gonna get up to where I was up to yesterday, which is crazy because, and no, it's not crazy, it's just a sign of how busy my last week was, that in like a day I've kind of caught up to where I got to in a week. Anyway, I'm gonna go get my food and eat. Stars. That's all I got to say. I think I would have loved this when I was 13, but alas, I am 16 years older than that, and so it's a 3. Yeah. Hey everyone, it has been a few days. It is now Tuesday night and it is almost 10 p.m. We went out to the movies tonight and watched the new Spider-Man movie. We loved. I really loved it. But guys, shocker. So I finished You Saved Me First on, sorry, not If I Save You First, on Sunday afternoon, and then that night I started Redeeming Love. Sunday, mind you, today is Tuesday, and look how far through I am. Wait, can you even see? Okay, I am that far through. There you go. Huge news, everyone, huge news, because when I read this look, I think it was 2013. It was either 2013 or 2014, but either way, long time ago. I think that I was just like very new to historical fiction, and also the subject matter of this is like quite heavy and adult, and I think, oh gosh, I'm so hot, sorry. And so I just think that it was like not the right time of my life to read it. I don't know, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed it, but I remember it taking me ages, and I think I kind of got to this point of the book and felt like it was going really slow, and I remember putting it down for ages and then like reading other stuff and then coming back and finishing it and loving the end. But I just remember it being a bit of a slog, and so I was like nervous. I was really excited to reread it, but I was nervous about rereading it. And then here I am 48 hours in with work in between. Like I worked a full day yesterday and then came home and just read pretty much all night. And then I even read a tiny bit before work this morning. So I'm very much hooked in this. It's just so beautiful, and I think because I'm older I just have a different perspective on it. I remember the first time reading it just being probably a bit young and naive and not really grasping the weight of things, and I think that I was just like frustrated with her for not accepting his love, and the fact that she just like keeps going back into the life that she had before, which was like destroying her. I think I just was like getting annoyed at her in that, whereas now I'm like, oh my gosh, she's just so broken and she's being treated so horribly literally her whole life. So of course she's gonna struggle with that inner battle of like believing that she's worth anything, let alone this man who just wants to love her and have her as his wife. And so yes, I'm enjoying it a lot this time, and it's just so beautiful. And then there was like this one scene I read yesterday where this really horrible thing happened, and she made a particular choice, which granted a lot of it was kind of out of her control, but she did still make the choice, and then the other person involved in that did a really horrible thing. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like that's horrible. And then that chapter ended and the start of the next chapter, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like how could you do that? That's so horrible. Mainly from the other person, but anyway. And then right at the start of the next chapter it had scripture from the Bible where Jesus is talking to one of his disciples, Peter, and Peter says, Jesus, if someone wrongs me, how many times should I forgive him? Like 7 times? And Jesus is like, no, 70 times 7. Just keep on forgiving. You are never completely in the right, so keep forgiving. And that was the scripture at the start of that chapter, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, but God, how? But then also it's just like, well, none of us are perfect, and like Michael Hosea isn't perfect either. And so it's just such a beautiful picture of God's love for us, in that it's just like relentless and it's so undeserved, and we do wrong by him. We go off in our own ways and we hold ourselves back because of our faults. We run away from things that he might want us to do, and we run away from vulnerability sometimes and stuff. And like through all of that, God is just like, just let me love you. He's honestly too good. He's too good to us. And so this is beautiful. I'm going to read a tiny bit, but I am so tired, so I don't think I'll last very long. But I wanted to give that update to you because it's the 11th of August today. So we're not even halfway through August, and I've almost ticked off 2 books plus 1 because I read the book club one. And so then I only have 2 more. After this I have 2 more on my TBR plus my book club book, which if I can finish that by the end of this month will be so good, because then I'll be going into August just with it. This is August. I'll be going into September with a pretty fresh lineup, which is fun. So I'm gonna read, and yeah, that's it. Well, I think that brings us to the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed reading along with me, hearing my thoughts along the way. I'm not going to give like proper ratings and wrap up right now because I'll end up doing a wrap up for my next TBR video, and so I just feel like I'll be repeating myself too much. I think I'll just save it all till then, but it's like halfway through August and I only have 2 more books on my TBR to read, which I think is currently great. One of them I think will be a pretty quick and easy read, Ready or Not, and then the other one is The Nightingale, which is a bit more of it's another historical fiction, which I didn't realize coming into this month that I would, well, after doing my TBR I knew, but I didn't anticipate doing 3 historical fictions in the same month, but here we are, and I'm enjoying it, so it's all good. I have decided to take Ready or Not with me. I'm going away this weekend for my cousin's wedding. I'm just going to take an easy book that I'll be able to pick up, read a bit, put down, and not feel like I have to put my head fully in it, if that makes sense. And I just hope that it means I can smash out another book really quickly and still have half the month to go. So that's exciting. I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say. I probably don't, but I'm very excited to go away. I've like got all my stuff over there. I even bought a camping chair. You can see that one there. Yeah, I'm like glamping, but then still have to kind of take some of my own food, and like there won't be power. So I've got power banks, but if they run out of charge, then, you know, whatever. But there's also not really much reception, so we'll see. I wasn't planning on taking my camera, but I'm wondering if I should, just as like a way to kind of save battery on my phone to like take photos and videos on here. But I don't think I'll make it a vlog or anything because it's just like a family trip, but we'll see. And that's kind of it. I'm gonna go try and edit this video so that it can go up today, and then I can just go away and not have to think about it, especially because I didn't post last weekend. But you saw me, I was a bit out of it, and I was also only like, I'd only just started the vlog, so I had to just go a week without posting, which is okay. In case you're wondering, I am feeling so much better. My period just like really knocked me out, and then I just, for the last few weeks, have like been in this real weird funk, and I haven't been able to get out of it, and I've just like felt exhausted all day every day. And then Wednesday night I was at a prayer meeting at church, and I was just like, God, please just snap me out of this, because I am sick of it. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to just go through the motions of my days. I'm sick of it. Give me energy. Give me like a clear mind. I just feel like I've been in this fog for the last few weeks. Anyway, I was just praying these things, and then I woke up yesterday, Thursday, day after, and felt awake. I felt really sociable all day. It was a really fun day in the office, and I just was like, wow, you did it, God. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I still feel great today, and I'm really glad, because when I was not feeling great and I knew I was going away for a weekend, I was like, oh, it's gonna end up taking more out of me than I would like it to. And I was like, I want to be able to like be present for my family and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very grateful that God has just snapped me out of it, and I'm really excited for this weekend away. As I said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've read these books and what you thought of them, and if we seem to have similar takes, even though I know I didn't go into like final wrap-up thoughts. But let me know what you thought, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye.